Altogether, I was in 2 ghettos, 2 concentration camps, one with a crematorium called Stutthof. I was also in 4 slave labor camps. Thank God for my youth and the time that we spent in Mudenhouse in Haltern, where I believe we had more to eat than the German people because of righteous people, farmers that dealt with my father. They smuggled food in. My mother saw to it that I would grow strong. I was able to survive. These were very treacherous days. Every day was treacherous. One day I was called out for a lineup and was shipped away to a small town where we worked on peat bogs. Peat bogs in those days was a very, very severe slave labor camp. You stood in water until your waist in this black heavy mud. It was frequently used for the manure to be used as compost. The ashes from many crematoriums were mixed with this kind of peat and then sowed into the fields. This was a seasonal job. When I came back to the Riga ghetto, my mother had disappeared. I never saw her again. Time passed and the Riga ghetto was liquidated. We were sent to this concentration camp, Kaiserwald. One day, this camp was also liquidated. We were taken on barges and eventually put on a ship. Our first thought was that we were taken to the ocean to be drowned. When the ship arrived and the fog lifted, it was the port of Danzig. This is where the concentration camp Stutthof was. I don't remember how long I was in this camp. All I do is remember the smell from the crematorium. One day we were sorted out and I was shipped to Burggraben. I was assigned to be a painter on German U-boats. I crawled on my belly and painted these wires and these tubes with what, of course, we didn't know at that time was pure lead paint. When you inhale the fumes of lead, we couldn't eat, and after a few weeks I developed a very severe case of typhus. If not of the Russian troops liberating us in due time, I wouldn't be here. They came just in time to save my life. I truly looked like a skeleton.